In a perfect world, that means if I have lots of money and I were to grow succulents, I will already buy mature succulents for one, and I would grow them in a ceramic pot. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. In an ideal world, I would just use ceramic pot or pretty pots. It can be any pots as long as it's pretty, and I can put a succulent in it. Then it can even be a gemstone pot made of gemstones. I can put succulents in it if I've got all the money in the world. But since I don't live in a perfect world, then I have to grow my succulents before I could put them in pretty pots. And this is the purpose of the terracotta pots. I use terracotta pots to grow my mother succulent, so the mother plant, where I can harvest babies like this one here. So this is blue waves, and there's lots of little baby blue waves underneath that. So I put it in a terracotta pot, also because I use my master succulent soil mix for these pots, because it can breathe. It's ideal for master succulent soil mix because master succulent soil mix is perfect for when I go away for a long time, because I go away for 2, 3, 4 months at a time during winter. And these plants, although they don't need much watering in winter, they still need a certain amount of watering. Since I can't be here, that is the reason why I use the master succulent soil mix, because the master succulent soil mix is able to hold moisture, also preventing the roots of the succulent from being soaked in water, because the granite, actually the pockets of the granite, or they've got holes, or see if you can see little gaps like that see, even this one, that compose, it just crumbles. So even in small pieces mixed into the soil, that's still able to hold moisture in between those gaps. And if it's in the soil, the plant's roots have access to water whenever or if the roots wants it. So if they need a drink, they'll have some water or moisture available, and they have survived many months without being watered at all. Now in summer, it's a different story. In summer, they dry up really quick. Whether it's master succulent soil mix, whatever soil mix you use is going to dry up. With the master succulent soil mix, since they're able to hold moisture for a longer period of time, better than say my advanced soil mix, then that's the reason why I use them in summer. Also, they can also go without water for say a month or 2, because it depends on the weather, the temperature, how cool it is. So when it's cold, water doesn't evaporate as much compared to when it's hot. Now when it's humid, the plant needs to breathe. Terracotta pot being porous, so that's why they need the terracotta pot. So master succulent soil mix and terracotta pot is a perfect combination. There's different sizes of terracotta pots. Now this is the 17 centimeter, which is the standard. So unless I have a big plant, then I use the 25 centimeter here. But the smallest pot that I use, if I do go away, is this 12 centimeter, these ones. So the tiny terracotta pot, or smaller than 12 centimeter, I prefer not to use them when I'm going away. So any succulents that are planted in this small terracotta pot like this one, it's tiny, it's small, so it's probably 10 centimeters, so it doesn't hold that much soil as well. The only reason why I use them now is because I'm here and I can water them, and I'm also doing experiments with these pots and the soil that I have them in to find out how long they're going to last, they're going to survive. So if you're wondering why I use small pots as well, normally I won't, okay, unless I'm here all the time to look after them and water them. Okay, I'm gonna reiterate this point now. I only use small terracotta pots when I'm here. Ideally, if I'm gonna go away, I would prefer my succulents to be, if they have to go in a small pot, they will have some advanced soil mix and in a ceramic pot. This is a 6.3 millimeter terracotta pot, which is really small. So this is only good if you're putting a small plant in it and you can water it. If you can water it every day or every second day, that's fine. But if you leave it any longer than that, the soil is going to dry up really quickly because the pot is very porous. So instead of using terracotta, I suggest using a ceramic pot like this one. So this is sort of a taller one because the ceramic pot at least can hold moisture, enabling you to water a lot less than the terracotta pot. Now, why ceramic pots? Because they're pretty. That's one reason why. But I have to use an advanced soil mix, which is a really sort of dry, fast draining soil mix, because I don't want to get root rot. Because the pot, when at night time, they're cool. So when something is cold and in the next day they get hit by the sun, it forms condensation. So the hot and cold meets, you create condensation, and that condensation doesn't evaporate out of the pot. It stays in the pot. If you have a ceramic pot and you put just standard soil, chances are you would have experienced root rot in your plants. Well, luckily for me, I haven't had any root rot yet. The extent of my root rot is this Colorata F.A. lindsayana. That's been here. I had it for about 3 years now, but this plant is this is on advanced soil mix, and this is part of my Colorata F.A. lindsayana that got eaten or attacked by mealybug. And I would put it down to a strain that's just prone to root rot. Anyway, and also a bit weak because you can see also, even though that's been living out here for a long time, it still gets sunburn. So there are just some plants that's just weak plants and they need more looking after, or actually they need a different care. Colorata F.A. lindsayana, I believe, should be kept somewhere protected from the elements. They need a lot of sun to grow, color up, but then again, if you just want them to go pink, now if you want a pink plant, get a plant or a succulent that will go pink on you, or naturally pink, like say for example PVN here. So you can't change the nature of the plant, so it will do whatever it needs to do. So no amount of, well, you can stress it out wherein you withheld watering it for a long time and then it will go pink. It's because it's about to die. So when things are dead, they tend to go purple, don't they? So anyway, I'm just kidding. But you get the idea that there are weak plants and there are strong plants. So Colorata F.A. lindsayana, in my experience, is, for me, it's one of those plants that I would not really grow. I mean, even in my garden. Okay, that's it. The lindsayana just went down in prices. Anyway, no, I would prefer using a bluebird, because the bluebird, look at this bluebird, isn't that beautiful? So it's been here for a long time. This is one of my oldest plants and it's very resilient and it's beautiful. It's not blue anymore, it's pink. So compared to Colorata F.A. lindsayana here, which one would you pick? I don't know. And if you want those tips like that, then get a Chihuahuensis or a cat's claw. So this neon breaker in here is grown in master succulent soil mix in a terracotta pot that's been painted or glazed. So it's like a ceramic pot already. So I painted this myself and glazed it, so it's now it can't breathe, but still I still put master succulent soil mix in it, because this is a thin leaf echeveria. So the thick leaves, I would tend to use advanced soil mix. The Romeo here, this Romeo here is grown in this cement pot. I'm not really a big fan of cement pot, but then I like the owl, so I got no choice. So unless I make some pots, terracotta pots or ceramic pots with owl, or buy owl pots, they can be quite expensive. So these ones, I actually got this for like $3, the pots itself. So that's why I thought they're cute for the price. And also I've got my Romeo growing in it, advanced succulent soil mix, because Romeo is a thick leaf succulent and is prone to root rot if you give it the wrong soil. This is my Graptopetalum mendozae. Now these ones now, they're small and cute and tiny, but I would like them to be a little bit bigger. Yep, so it's just so cute. But this is grown in my advanced soil mix. So I would like to put this now in my master succulent soil mix in a ceramic pot, because I would like them to grow a little bit bigger. So now these ones, the crassulas, they are planted in a entirely different soil mix. So it's more like my tropical soil mix, this one, but not quite. But only because these are only small plants. So when I got them, they were teeny weeny little plants, and they're now getting bigger. And that one is almost getting too big for its pot. It's still perfect, so it'll still got room to grow. This one here is still all right, but the minute it starts putting out babies, then I will have to remove it. But that's gonna be a long time still. So this might take another year before I repot it or transplant it into, say, a bigger pot size like this one here. But, okay, there's a but. It's in a small pot right now. And again, if I am not here, if I were to go away in our regular trips, in the summer, normally we go away for a few weeks. Not as long as our winter trips, but we regularly go away for, say, 3-4 weeks sometimes during the summertime. And they need to survive the summer heat without drying out. Although I have come back and they're still alive, but the plant has really suffered. So I need to give them time to recuperate, and the recuperation period, the recovery period is not really worth it. So I would rather just put them in a bigger pot. Now this one here is already too big for its size. This one requires a lot of watering or water. They love water. This is my Vicks plant. And this one now, I will still keep it here in this small pot because I want it to color up. So I am stressing it out so it will go all purpley. See those purple coloring? So I want it to go purpley, or I want to see if it's going to go purpley, because I haven't had, this is the first time I had this plant. So now I'm here and I can observe it. I can keep an eye on it every day. So it's still in a ceramic pot and a limited amount of soil, which is the same soil mix as this one. So all these plants here that I have are planted in compost pumice and coconut peat. So that one is in my master succulent soil mix, because this is a Crassula quadrangularis or pyramidalis or pyramidical or something like that. Anyway, now this one is in my master succulent soil mix, and it's in a small pot because it's only a tiny little plant, and that one doesn't require a lot of watering. If you overwater it, they will tend to rot and die on you. Now this one's plastic pots. Why do I have plastic pots? Because I mainly grow my succulents to go in the garden. So to propagate them, I need to put them, well, it's only wise that I put them in something disposable and quick and easy. So imagine if I put them in a pretty pot, and now I have to gather all of them and put them in the garden. That's going to take so much time. not counting the amount of hole drillings I have to do on my ceramic pots, is just not practical. So it's more practical to put them in a plastic pot, different sizes. So depends on the plant. So this one has been transplanted a couple of times because they start life off as in, say, mass growing area like this one, say for example, and like those ones. Now, from being grown from a leaf, I have to transplant them. So I have to take out every single plant, every single piece of them. I have to give them their own house, like this ones now, their own individual. So like this ones here, we start here first. So from that to that, this is plastic pot. So it'll probably live there until it's big enough for me to transplant it to a bigger pot. So which is, so if I compare the size, okay. So from that pot, say pretend it's a seedling, I'll call them a seedling. So from a seedling or a leaf being grown, so we say seedling, we need to transplant the seedlings because they're growing so fast that the spot or the space that they have there, they're fighting against each other for nutrients. So you have to give them their own little pot, but they're still too small to put in a big pot. So you put it in a small pot. And then after they overgrown the small pot, we transplant it into a big plastic pot or a bigger plastic pot. And then when that becomes too small, then you transplant it into a much bigger pot and then much bigger pot and so on and so forth, or put it in a pretty pot. But most of these, I really wanted to put them in my garden. But then I have this problem wherein people are stealing succulents from my front garden. So I can't put a lot of these plants in the garden anymore. So I will have to grow them, propagate them, and sell them. But for me to propagate and sell them, I have to go through the same process again of growing them big. And once this is big enough, I will transplant this into my terracotta pot, which is going to make into a mother plant like this one or that one. Okay, I nearly dropped it anyway. So this is now, so from this now, if I chop them to propagate, so I'll take some cuttings from my mother plant. So this one, say lots of those babies. Okay, so I will pull them out like so. Okay, so now this is now ready to be planted or to be placed in a small plastic pot to grow. Okay, so I need to pull that out because there's babies underneath there, see? And they can't breathe, they're being choked. This one I already pulled out before, see, look. Now there's new roots has grown from the tip as well. So now I can transplant this and put this is my Cheveria lucinda. So I can transplant this and put it, not that one, I have to leave that to dry up for a couple of days. So I can put this ones now. Is that a cutting? No, it's not. Okay, I'll pull this out as well because, yep, that's got roots already, see? So I can technically, hang on, I'll just, not now, but I can put that in the plastic pot to grow. And once they're grown to perfection, I can either put them in a pretty pot like these ones here, or I can leave them in a plastic pot or plant them in a plastic pots and sell it, whatever the case may be. So there you go. So I hope I'm able to answer a few of the confusion on the pot. So basically, you can put your succulents in whatever pots you chooses. And the only reason why I put them in the terracotta pots, and that's why I have so many terracotta pots, is because I am propagating them. I need to propagate them, and they will not grow properly if you put them in small pots, except this ones. The Mabina had a lot of babies before, and I was able to harvest it. So it depends on the plants. Certain plants, they need a lot of space. They need a lot of soil. And other plants only need a small amount of soil to grow. So now had I put this one in a bigger pot, okay, this would have doubled the size. But because I put this cotyledon in this small pot, then the growth is restricted, and that's why I've got less plant. But they do look pretty. This is actually a really good example to show you. The size of the pot matters. Hang on, now I'm gonna squash. Okay, don't drop it, don't drop it. Okay, now this video is gonna be long, but please, I hope you appreciate the information. There's lots of informations in here, so it's worth, for those of you who are interested in growing succulents, of course you're gonna watch it. Now those ones who doesn't, it doesn't matter. Now these ones now, they were bought at the same time. So this one wider than this one. This one is narrower, but this one is taller or deeper. So the roots can go deeper. Now this one is wider. So the roots can only spread out. There you go. So the difference of the pot height-wise. Now this plant now, they're both Crassula nudicalis. Is it? Yes, it is. I just have to check. It is nudicalis variegata. Now this is a variegated plant. Now you can see those variegations there. So when I got them, when I bought them, they were the same size. So they were about that size. Now in a matter of a few months, only a few months, this is probably, I've had this for about 4 months maybe, they have grown into these 2 plants now. And this one is obviously thicker than the other ones. This is because it is in a wider pot. Crassula nudicalis have shallow roots, so they don't need to go down, so they need to spread. So that's why certain plants, if you want it to grow, and this one's got a worm in there, leaving there, look. That doesn't help as well. Okay, just notice the worm. Okay, that's, okay, did I squash it? Yeah, I think I did, yep. You nasty, nasty worm, you're eating my plants. We do have a lot of cases of worms this year, don't know why. So anyway, the weather. Now, so this one now, you can see the difference of the 2 plants. So this one now is a thinner plant, not as thick as this one. So now pots do matter. Bigger pots, bigger plants, and on some cases, some plants do prefer smaller pots. But then you have to find out which plant that is, because there's a few of them. So not all plants will behave the same. That's also depends on the variety and the species and the genus of the succulent.